These days, everybody is pretty much connected, and it seems like every day there's some sort of new app that's come out for our smartphones to keep us connected. Joining us this morning to talk about that, Christian Adams is with Sigma Creative. We appreciate you coming on today. And the real concern is, with these apps on smartphones, kids with smartphones, and 3 apps in particular that have just come out that kids are using that we might want to be concerned about. First of all, though, kids really are tech savvy when it comes to these smartphones, aren't they?
Very, very much so. They pretty much the generation that's growing up with a tablet in their hand or a phone in their hand.
Yeah, and they're trying to put apps on my phone all the time.
Yeah?
Like, no, don't touch my phone. This whole conversation got me concerned as we were preparing for the show because I have never heard of any of these.
Right.
And that alone bothered me that I don't know what's going on.
Sure, definitely. Apps they're new apps like every day. Mm-hmm. It's amazing just to keep up with them. But then there are some like these apps that we're going to talk about that sort of rise to the top.
Okay.
Become very popular real quick.
First one I wanted to ask about, and I've been seeing a lot of people talk about this on Instagram, to Kick Me or things like that, but the app Kick. K-I-K. What is this app?
Yeah, it's Kick Messenger. It's basically an instant messaging app that works a lot like your regular text messaging that comes with your phone. Mm-hmm. The difference is that it circumvents any parental controls or any kind of text message limits that a phone service provider would. So your kids, they see these apps, they're kind of flying under the radar from mom and dad because the bill comes and it's not like a high. They're texting all the time.
And like you said, like it says here on the screen too, this uses a username, not a phone number, so all you're going to see really on the bill is just data usage, right?
Right. Well, not even that on the bill.
Not at all.
It's kind of flying under the radar. It's very invisible to.
Can you see their text? Can you go back on their phone?
If you went to their phone, yes, you'd be able to see their text.
Okay.
There's an option though for them to delete conversations and things like that. So there's that false sense of security from the kid's standpoint that, okay, this is just temporary. I can delete it. I can, it's kind of like clearing your browser on your computer at home.
Well, you talk about a false sense of security. Another one we've been hearing a lot about, we've done some stories about, is Snapchat. Mm-hmm. And what's this one about?
Snapchat is a lot like Kick, and it's the photo messaging and video messaging. The difference is, again, it's 10 seconds. The end user can say, you can see this video or this photo for 1 second to 10 seconds.
Okay.
And then it's gone forever. It's a self-destruct.
It self-destructs, but the thing is, the person who sends it to, can't they just do like a screen capture of that image?
Exactly. And that's the one thing. And Snapchat says, when somebody takes a screenshot, they notify that user as a deterrent. But that's not necessarily all the case. I always tell people that once it's on the internet, it's on the internet for good.
It's fair. Well, and I was reading, this one disturbed me because it's been discussed as a bit of a sexting mechanism, perhaps. And I think especially with little kids, not little, but teenagers, this notion that it's going to be gone, it's going to haunt you forever.
Yes, you really start to talk to your kids about online reputation management. Cyberbullying. This is where the cyberbullying comes from. A lot of these apps online, so people and kids can be cruel. And then you have the predators online posing as if they were teenagers as well.
That kind of leads us to the next one, because this to me sounds like it'd be the scariest of them all. Scout. And this app actually knows where you are.
Yes, this is a fairly new app called Scout. In all apps, you basically, in a lot of these social sharing apps, you have, GPS location services. And a lot of them don't have necessarily pinpoint accuracy like, say, Instagram, but, neighborhoods in general. Mm-hmm. So, but still, it's a dangerous thing. It's kind of scary.
The purpose of this one, kind of like a dating, flirting sort of thing. So this can, find people with similar interests who are physically near you?
Yes, exactly. So if another user's on there and they're within a certain distance, so you have to have that criteria of, you can have age range, you can have location, and interest, whether you're interested in talking and chatting with men, women, or both.
Okay, now I've seen this used a lot, or at least discussed in the media, something that maybe, I don't even want to say 20-somethings, but that singles would use. These are adults would use it to maybe make a love connection or find a date. But now we're seeing kids, kids are using this?
Yes, exactly. You're seeing teenagers. The limit, of course, on a lot of these apps, the privacy and the terms of service are 18 and over. Okay. But, kids aren't dumb. They they changed the date of their birth, to really get around that and to start chatting with people that are a little bit more mature for their age.
Okay, so hello predators, Christian.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Isn't this saying, I'm right here, come find me?
Yeah, in some regard it is, and that's where you have to have that conversation with your kids, to really talk to them about what are the consequences, what are the, what's going to happen if, this scenario plays out, and that could very likely be, kids are very trusting at an early age, so they don't have that maturity level, say as an older adult would.
I guess I'm trying to find a good way to address that with a child too. The fact that you see this person online, that appearances are deceiving. This might not be who they say they are.
Exactly. I mean, you have that all the time. You see it in even in the political forums and stuff like that. People are commenting because they're hiding behind a screen and they have the sense of anonymity to a certain extent.
Christian, let me ask you this as a parent of a kid who's not probably at the point of using these kind of apps.
Mm-hmm.
Are there apps that you just say plain old no to, or do you let them because they're going to anyhow? It's just an understanding, or what is the conversation?
Yeah, that is the conversation that you should have early on. It's kind of like, the birds and bees talk,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Okay.
You really need to start early because, in today's world, obviously, technology, you can't claim ignorance anymore. You really have to educate yourself because you're talking again about the generation of kids that are growing up with this stuff. So you have to be on top of that as well as a parent.
As far as being a parent, though, just trying to stay on top of this. Any advice for parents on how with all the apps coming out all the time? Any good resources or any good way just to kind of stay on top of what's out and what kids are getting on?
Yeah, there are great websites out there that are basically news sites that talk about that a lot from a technology standpoint. And there's also Common Sense Media. Youth Sphere does a great job. And Mashable and TechCrunch.
Okay.
They typically will have their they have a finger on the pulse for new and upcoming apps.
Well, basically, just keep an eye on your kid's phone and just be aware of what's on there. Christian, thanks so much. Certainly some great advice.
Yeah, I'm going to be busy grocery shopping. I put Pete Scalia on that. He's our tech guy around here, so if you could...
Give me the kid's phone.
You can check my phone after this. All right, everyone. Coming up, need a great place to eat this weekend?
Well, Carolyn Bruck checks out this week's Taste of the Town. That's coming up. Good day, Columbus.